Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and the one of the apostles, and elders great most done the Shalom to the Hakim, teaching his word throughout the four corners, and true sincerity. I'm back on that lesson. Through the spirit prayer, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Lord will be edifying unto the elect. Alright, the topic of this lesson, alright, is going into, the Lord's mercy. Alright. Have hope in the mercies and the mercy, or have hope in the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Alright. The true name of God is Yahweh. It's the name of his son, the only begotten of the world called Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shai, which means he saves or he delivers. Okay. Alright, the true chosen people, the true Israelites, are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's not, them crackers with them small hats, with the braided hair, that be wearing black suits and shit. Those are not the people. Those are not the chosen people. Okay, that is Amalek. Our Amalekites. Our identity have been stolen. Alright, and they know it's been stolen, but they have to keep up the lie because they don't want to know. They don't want people to know who are the true chosen people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and they don't want the chosen to know that they're the chosen, because they don't want a mass awakening of us to happen so that they can continue their, empire, continue, to further their, enterprise. That's gonna go to shit. All right, but not to get sidetracked. All right, we have to hope in the mercies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because as a nation, we already know the nation, the history, of our people. All right, Jake. Jake was serving different gods, constantly, dealing treacherously, or committing, spiritual fornication. All right, but this is Jeremiah 3:6. It said, the Lord Yahweh said also unto me in the days of Josiah king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel had done? She has gone up every high mountain and every green tree, and there had played the harlot. All right, so what did this mean, that the Israel played the harlot? All right, we have been, spiritually playing a harlot, because here we have a husband, a God, our Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. We, decided, to be like the heathen and serve their gods and do what they do. All right. Serving their idols. Basically cheating, committing spiritual adultery. All right. Against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right. And shit, we not innocent either. Because before we came in the truth, what was we doing? All right. Serving Jesus Christ. That's an idol of these heathens. All right. That's not our power. That's not his name. All right. Number one, his name can't even be, Jesus. That letter is newly invented. All right. It can't be the name of a man that lived 2,000 years ago. When that name came about, the 1500s. Right. And his number two, his name is said in Hebrew. Right. Yahweh Shai. Right. Which means he saves. He delivers. All right. These Christians can't even tell you what Jesus means. All right. I can tell you don't mean he saves. All right. Because Jake been calling on that, for decades now. Ain't nothing happened. Right. It says, and I said, after she had done all these things, turn around to me, but she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it. So even Southern Kingdom, all the whole 12 tribes, we all done played the harlot against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? She said, I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce, and yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. So again, the whole 12 tribes, northern and southern kingdom, All right. Who was from the kingdom? So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, who's northern kingdom, the rest of the tribes. All right. Do I want to continue? No, I'm gonna continue. Yeah, I'm gonna continue. So, and it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stalks. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah had not turned unto me with her whole heart, but fiendly saved the Lord. Yahweh. Let me see what that says in the NLT. But despite all this, her faithless sister Judah has never sincerely returned to me. She has only pretended to be sorry. I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken. So let's bring that to the date today's time. All right, Jake. Be like, they will pretend, right, that they love the Lord. They say they love the Most High, etc. But their actions, prove otherwise. You say their mouth, say sweet things, but their heart is far from me. Roughly paraphrasing, right? Isaiah 29:13 says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men. So, doing lip service, because Jake would never say, would never tell you the truth. Yeah, I don't really like, serving the Lord. They will never say that, right? But their actions prove it, that they don't want to serve the Lord. They want to do what they want to do. Right? Be continued in their lust and continue in their wickedness, because they don't see no benefit. All right, but continuing on, Jeremiah 3:10. Hold on, let me see what this fiendly says. Deception, disappointment, falsehood, right? Deceit, fraud, wrong, a false oath, all right? False lies. So it's just lies. All right. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto me, backsliding Israel had justified herself more than treacherous Judah. And go and proclaim these words towards the north and say, return thou backsliding Israel, say the Lord Yahweh, and when I cause my anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful. Saith the Lord Yahweh, I will not keep anger forever. So again, these is the mercies that we have to hope towards, because once you read in the law, all right, once a woman, all right, commits adultery, there's only one judgment for her. All right, she's supposed to get put to death. It's as simple as that. All right, it's as simple as that. But the Lord is having mercy unto the whole nation. All right. All right, skipping up to the first verse, it says, they say if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and shall become another's man, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted, but thou hast played the harlot with money lovers, yet return again to me, say the Lord Yahweh. You see, having mercy, because that land is polluted. We've been polluted. We are polluted. That's why we hope in the mercies of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's how this landed back on, in the mercy of the Lord. All right, because even though the Lord did give us a better voice, we're ultimately adopted back to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. All right, like it says in Peter. All right, in 1 Peter, what was that, 1:18. Says, for as much as ye know that you are not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers, but with the precious blood of Mashiach, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. So we weren't adopted back. We weren't redeemed back by idols or anything like that. We were redeemed by the blood of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai gave his life for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. It says, who verily was foreordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifest in these last times for you. All right, so who by him do believe in the Most High, that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in the Most High. All right, so we got to keep the faith. All right, because the things that has been done, for us. All right, the Lord knew that this was going to happen. This is all just for our development. All right, but we still got to hope in the mercy of the Lord. All right, because again, it's not even really, it's not even of our works that's going to get us, the kingdom. It's really the mercy of Yahweh Shem El Shai. The scripture saying, in Micah. Malachi, so like in Malachi 3:6, it says, for I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. It says, for I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Alright. It says, even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from my ordinances and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, save the Lord Yahweh of hosts. But ye I said, wherein shall we return? All right. I said, Lord is providing the way back. Because again, the Lord made promises and covenants with our forefathers that must be kept. All right. That's why we're not consumed. So the mercies of the Lord. All right. So this was a constant, thing with our people. Because it's even from the days of your fathers, we didn't keep the laws and statute commandments. All right. Shit. The new covenant is based on the mercy, of the Lord. All right, the promises, the covenants, the Lord is a man of his word. He's not a man that he shall lie. All right. Scripture, righteousness is as dirty rags. All right, so Jake be trying to be about the law and the law. All right, and boasting of their works. All right, you're wicked, buddy. All right, you sinned. You sinning now. You sinned in the past life. You've been sinning throughout generations that can never be. You can't go back. All right, we got a fucking what's it called when you go to court? All right, the sins are on the books, but again we have Yahweh Shai, our mediator, pleading for us. That's all it is. Yeah, it always goes back to Yahweh Shai. Right? Where is that, man? Filthy rags and dirty. It says, but Isaiah 64:6 says, but we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. All right. So the righteousness that you think you're doing is as filthy rags. All right, because the sins that you do compared to the righteousness that you do ain't nothing. All right, because we sinning every day. Things that we can't control, that we doing, that we don't even know we don't even know that we doing it. All right, we can't, keep the high holy days. It's like we can't go to Jerusalem 3 times a year. All right, Jake broke his fuck. He breaking the law there. Jake got to work on the Sabbath. If you don't, you can't pay your bills. Breaking the law there, that's death. All right, Jake got a woman. Jake, she not a virgin. Shit, you breaking the law there. You see, we go to a woman. She already had a man. You commit adultery right there. That's not your land. Somebody else already claimed that. All right, and even to the women, she done slept with a bunch of men, being a harlot. All right, she breaking the law there. She dead. We all deserve death. Okay, this is Lamentations 3, start at 22. It says, it is of the Lord Yahweh's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. His compassions fail not. Can you imagine if the Lord just stopped, man? The Lord just said, fuck this shit. Fuck this, man. Just done. Just like we'll be done for. All right, his compassions fail not. All right, Jake be always about to, the law, brother. No, sit down for me right quick. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You're not reading the scriptures. All right. Even Yahweh Shai said there's only one good, and that's the Most High Himself. And you think you better than the Son of God, nigga. All right. Out your fucking mind. It says they are new every morning, right? Great is thy faithfulness. So Lord Yahweh is my portion, saith the Lord. Saith my soul, Slaki, save my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. The Lord Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him. To the soul that seeketh him, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord Yahweh. All right, that's it. And that's what we doing. We, patiently waiting for the salvation of the Lord. And, and keeping 100% hope in his mercies. Because where will we be without it? Where will we be without the mercies of Yahweh Shema Shai? Even David hoped in the mercies, of the Lord, right? It's Isaiah 55, and 3. It says, "Incline your ear, come unto me, hear, and your soul shall live. And I'll make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David." We want the mercies, man. Because, going to what David did, he got mercy for what he did. We want that type of mercy because we need that, that type of mercy. All right. Skipping down, it says, "Seek ye the Lord Yahweh while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near." And that's what we do. That's what we did. We sought the Lord. And now we got the truth. And that's what Jake got to do now. Seek the Lord while he is near before, the famine of the world hits. Right? He says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the righteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon." All right? He will abundantly. We need that. We need that abundant pardon. We want that white stone. All right? We want to be acquitted of the sins that we did in past lives and that we did in this life. All right, that's what the elect is gonna get. All right, they're gonna get pardoned. All right. I'm forgetting the scriptures. Oh, I'm forgetting the scripture that I want acquitted. In Psalms. Forget it's in Psalms. In part of. Just blessed. It's Here we go. Psalm 32:1. It says, "Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom Lord Yahweh imputeth not iniquity, and whose spirit there is no guile." Right? We want to be, that righteous man. We want to be forgiven of the sins that we have done. All right, that we cannot account for. All right, and it will be like the Lord said. The new covenant. Because not only for the elect, but ultimately all the nation of Israel. All right. Again, going back to his mercy. Hebrews 8. All right, start at 7. Start at 5 says, "Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of the Most High when he was about to make the tabernacle for his sea. Saith he that thou make all things according to the pattern shown to thee in the mount. But now had he obtained a more excellent ministry, about how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises. For if that covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second." All right, so for finding fault with them, he said, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord," right, in the future, "when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah." Right, because we broke the first covenant. All right, the Lord made a covenant with, the Israelites during the time of Moses, and we broke it. All right. But now we're coming into a new covenant. All right. This is not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. For I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful, right, to their righteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. And that he saith, a new covenant he had made the first old, not that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So this new covenant that we coming into, the law, statutes, commandments will be put within our inward parts so that we won't, all right, go off anymore. All right, and with that new covenant, Lord's going to give us basically a clean slate. All right, clean slate. Like how you see in the movies, how the bitch will want like Catwoman, she wanted a new record. She wanted her record to be erased of all the crimes that she did. All right, and she would get it. We could represent her shit. We want our records to be, our sins to be forgotten, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be forgotten. So, like I said, their iniquities will I remember, no more. All right, because that's what separates us, from Yahweh. All right, sin, the transgression of the law. All right, but if we not sinning, we can be, again, be with the Most High and be able to talk to Him, and etc. All right, we have a mediator, Yahweh Shai. We do it through Him. All right, but with that alone, is let's edify. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Kakwadash. And double honor to the apostles and elders of the millstone. Shalom to the items teaching His word. Throughout the four corners and truth, sincerity, we almost out of here. Shalom.